We're going live. How's everybody doing today? This lovely Friday. It's February. What are we today? The February the 11th, 10th, 12th? February 12th, 2021.
Cali, I am fantastic. If I was any better, I'd be you.
Okay. Nice.
That's awesome.
I don't know what to say to that.
Not really much to say to that. I think a thank you's in order.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's it. So, hey, anyone tuning in for the first time, this is a show that we created, a little weekly podcast or going live. And it's called We're Going Live. And we started it a few weeks ago with the idea in mind of a way for us to kind of collaborate and help each other be accountable for going live. We're all real estate investors. We're trying to get our name out there so that, you know, we can attract other investors to work with us. So this is our way of just sharing our story and our journey of what we do on a day-to-day. And if anybody, we thank you for coming and joining us and listening in. And please feel free to participate in the comments. We will respond as soon as possible. So I'm Cali, by the way, Cali Braithwaite. I'm in the GTA. And this year I'm focusing on flips. I'm focusing on assignments. And I'm focusing on some buy and hold. So that's me. How about you, Alex? What are you up to and where are you at?
Alex Mustatea. I'm in Hamilton, based out of Hamilton, Ontario. I focus on, I guess, flips and duplex conversions or long-term buy and holds as the active partner, not just out of Hamilton, not just in Hamilton, various projects throughout the GTA through Niagara. So yeah, I'm looking to grow. I'm looking to take it from I guess that initial technician stage to growing it into a business and scaling up.
Awesome, man. Shawn, quick intro.
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Gunther. I live here on the East Coast. I am the only wholesaler that I know that's here anyway. So I'm mostly focusing on like assignments as well. And some, I have done a couple of flips and all that. I'm looking to expand into the VTB kind of situation, the VTB strategy. So anybody who's looking to sell or anybody that's looking to lend or even buy here in Atlantic, Canada, you can get in contact with me. My number is down at the bottom of the screen as well as my Instagram handle. So feel free to reach out.
And hey, by the way, just a plug for you, Shawn. I just closed on a deal that I had bought from Mr. Shawn Gunther out of New Brunswick last year in October. He wholesaled it to me and we sold it last week, and we're going to make a very healthy profit. So anybody looking for deals, the customer service was impeccable. It was great follow-up. For me being an investor from out of province, I couldn't have asked for a better partner to have on my side, or eyes, on the ground, boots on the ground, investing from however many thousands of kilometers away. So thanks a lot, Shawn, and that's an awesome plug. Anybody, again, who's thinking about diversifying and moving out to an area where, the price points are much more affordable, contact Shawn. Hey, contact me if you like, but there's opportunities out there for sure. So thanks a lot, Shawn, and hopefully, you'll get some feedback from my experience.
No, that's awesome. I appreciate that, Cali. It's always, people's nerves are a little bit different when they're, like you said, dealing with from thousands of miles away. And we definitely try to, create the best situation for you where it's kind of a one-stop shop. But I deal with pretty well everything during the deal until it goes to close. And I'm more than happy to talk with anybody who's interested in investing over here. So I hear that we are going to be discussing deals today. Alex, you mentioned that you have a deal that you want to talk about?
Well, I have a few things on the go, and as I guess I'll even touch on one of the struggles that I'm coming across now as I've started committing to certain deals. I'm still willing to act on them the way I planned them out. However, now I'm contemplating potentially even wholetailing one of the deals, particularly out of Mississauga. This is something that I committed to over 2.5-3 months ago. We're about to take possession in next week, and the market has shifted, potentially just enough to allow a quick wholesale. So that's something that I'm contemplating. Meanwhile, there's been other projects that are probably more attractive, that I wouldn't mind putting more resources on those, and therefore wholetailing that. So just minimal details on that without going into a high level of detail, but that's just the sort of thing, flexibility, pivoting on the spur of the moment kind of thing.
Awesome, man. Alex, I want to touch on that wholesale, but I want to give Brad a chance to. Brad, is your mic working okay now? Testing.
You guys hear me fine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just did a quick intro, man. Just let everyone know again, just quickly, who you are, what you're working on, and where you're at right now. Looks like you're not in Ontario.
Unofficially. Yeah, no. We're a couple flips on the go right now. Well, I guess just one flip down on the go right now, because one of our other deals that we had that we were going to do a flip on, I had somebody come to me privately and is very interested in purchasing the property off me now. So
Awesome.
We may follow through with that. We're just kind of figuring out the details on how that's all going to work in regards to whether we're just going to do like a rent-to-own situation, or whether we'll do like, I don't know, another type of option of some kind. We just have to figure out those details at this point in time. So, but yeah, still focusing on a good chunk of stuff up in Grey and Bruce County. In the middle of another property that we got that is a duplex that we're keeping ourselves. We were going to do a really quick cosmetic reno. And then, as I don't know, maybe you guys have seen some photos as of recently, that turned into a complete gut job. So,
well, that doesn't sound fun.
So the 1 week turnaround and the $2,000 to $5,000 budget has greatly changed.
Is that just because Brad decided to touch the hammer again?
That's what I was going to ask too.
No, one thing needed to be changed on it because I noticed there was a problem, and then as soon as I opened that up and realized there was a whole bunch of black mold, and then there was a bunch of wiring issues, I was like, man, I can't leave any of this.
I hear you.
So,
yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
So, Brad, one thing you mentioned was the fact that you found somebody that off market. Are you guys? Am I live? Am I still?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Sorry. Yeah. Must have been lightning or something. Lightning. There was lightning over here.
Oh, Cali.
So basically. With that opportunity,
maybe Callie should type it out.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what happened. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah. Every time you say, "Can you hear me?" we can hear you, and then as soon as you start talking, you turn into a robot. Jeez.
Somebody needs to get the deal maker a new internet connection.
Right?
Oh.
Well,
okay. All right. You guys take over. I'll fix this issue.
All right. Well, I mean, let's talk about what I got going on right now. Right now, I'm just I got a couple of deals that are in the pipeline that we're working on negotiation, coming to negotiations for price, and we got another one that's closing here at the end of the month. So, I don't have as many horror stories as you guys do about tearing stuff apart, unless it's at my own house. and those are mostly my wife's horror stories because she'll walk in and I have something half torn apart. And she's like, "What the heck's going on?" But yeah, other than that, like Callie, I think you look like you're unfroze now.
Hey, testing.
You're back.
All right, cool. You guys can hear me. Listen, I was just pointing out, it's pretty cool what Alex was saying was the exact same, just with the way the market is right now. Like, how do you guys feel about that? The way the market is, as hot as it is, it seems like there's a huge opportunity for the wholesale right now. Like a lot of flippers, when you look at the time it's going to take and the work involved, the cost of materials, there's such a shortage of supply right now. It seems like that it's like a really good opportunity for the wholesale game. And for anyone who doesn't know what a wholesale is, it's when you buy a property that needs minimal work, like very minimal, if any at all, and you buy it off market, and then you just go ahead and relist it on the MLS and try to maximize the profit that way, even after paying realtor fees and all that. So, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, man, because that seems like it's a thing right now, and maybe some people are sleeping and still focusing on the flip when they don't have to. They can just still make the same margin or a little less in a lot shorter period of time and move on to other projects.
Well, I think.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Cali. Like, the wholesale is definitely something that should be considered, and I mean, I think it depends a lot on where you're getting your deal from as well, right? Like, are you buying it already on MLS? Are you able to see that opportunity? And really, does your market support a wholesale situation? Like Alex was saying, that he's going to basically hold it just long enough, and it's just going to come over to the point where it's going to make a good wholesale depending on what he paid for it. But we were discussing this on another call earlier today. Some cases, it's why even bother doing the flip? You're going to put more money into it and not be able to pull as much out of it as you're going to be able to just turning around, put it right back up on MLS, right?
That's it's the wholesale. Cali touched on a property that doesn't need a lot of work. That's not the case with mine, man. It's a full overhaul, or not a complete gut job, but it is a full renovation. However, it's if the argument was that it was bought at 95 cents on the dollar, but in the last 3 months it went up 3 to 4%. That's just enough I still have to close on it, so I'm going to be the one closing on it. I'm going to incur all the friction costs associated with that. But the market may have just gone up enough to really make the return on time that much more attractive to get out of it at like a return on investment, let's say, of half of what I would do if I actually did the rental myself, or even if it's only about 30%. But the fact that all I have to do is close on it, throw it on the market, and there's a potential of somebody making an offer within days and closing on it within another month and a half, I'm okay. I've incurred a lot of costs, but if I can cover those and make a small spread, I'm okay with that. And I'm also doing it because I have other things on the go, or there's better things that I can spend my time on. If this was my only project, I'd probably be inclined in doing the work myself. So there's a little bit more that goes into it. I'm not just speculating on the market. If there's an opportunity now, I'll do it. Otherwise, I would have closed on it and actually did the work myself.
So like return on time, right?
That's right, because I can just use my time to focus on a project that's a better opportunity. Just weighing out the projects that I may have on the go. And I suppose it's a good problem to have, but
yeah.
The one thing I've noticed is like a lot of these properties that you look at them, you get them, and let's say you can look at a wholesale option, and all of a sudden it's like, man, okay, the wholesale option is good because there's a ton of people interested in the investment end of things who really want places right now. So, if you're finding that property, you're finding that deal, and you can get a good wholesale price. But at the same time, like there's tons of retail investor buyers or just retail buyers in general that are fighting for stuff on MLS that if you have the means to, if you pick up a wholesale and you have the means to like basically in a sense double close on it, you could really be maximizing your income opportunity just by doing that even right now, just because of the limited inventory. At least here in Ontario anyway, I think our like a normal inventory is anywhere from 2 to 3 months worth of inventory on the MLS. I think right now we're less than a month worth of inventory. It's like when I was talking to another realtor friend, he said basically, he says this is the lowest inventory he's ever seen in his career. So,
yeah,
Right.
It's interesting though, and this is I think by now you guys probably know how I feel about this part, but everyone else will eventually be familiar with that as well. That irks me the most is that municipalities end up making the most profit out of this double close. You get two people paying the goddamn land transfer fee.
Especially in Toronto, right? You get it twice.
Oh yeah, not to mention that being in Toronto, it's already doubled anyway.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean that's crazy, and I mean I think that's a strategy that I know Cali's been interested in looking at, and I mean something that you guys can even look at too if you are looking at off-market deals to almost partner with the seller, right? And see if you can kind of get that going, because then you save that money in the land transfer tax. You're able to give more to the seller off from original deal, and you're able to benefit from it as well without all the costs that you're going to incur in transferring the title and all that. I mean, coming up with the proper contracts for that I think is the most difficult part, and making sure that everybody's is honest in the deal. But it's definitely a strategy that you can go after, knowing that fact, right?
Right. Alex, if we were to break down your deal without if we can maybe list high level, or is there, I don't know if there's a way we can draw on these screens. Maybe we'll work on that for next time. But what friction costs when you calculate the profit, the expenses involved in your particular wholesale that you're considering? What are we looking at? We got to look at the land transfer tax, the legal fees involved to close on it, the realtor fees. What should people be prepared for when we're looking at a wholesale? Because I think there's a little bit more risk involved. You have to be pretty confident to close on a property if you were originally thinking of just assigning it, or if you're going to close on it anyway because you're going to do the flip, then it doesn't hurt to try to wholesale it. But yeah, let us maybe share some numbers with us.
That's so yeah. I would really start off with that mentality and that caution everyone not to get into these sort of things on the sole exit of wholesaling it, and especially not in these numbers. So the particular property, I mean, the part that makes sense is that it's in a really high demand area that has great retail buyers as investors. So what we're talking about here is City of Toronto, the double tax. It's a $1 million property that was appraised already about 15% higher than my purchase price. And that's not, I know that appraisers are all over the place, but generally they're conservative. The data supports a considerable increase since I've committed to it. So, I mean, to put things in perspective, purchase price is one part. As far as friction costs, we're looking at $35,000 in land transfer fees. Everyone will have a lawyer to pay. But even the fact that I got it on the premise of doing a flip, I took out a conventional mortgage on it, and that's partially because we were able to. But even factoring in a penalty of breaking that mortgage within a couple of weeks from actually taking possession of it. So that's another factor that you need to consider. You're not going to be able to close on it without an insurance policy. Well, you got to pay at least 6 months worth of that, or you got to pay a penalty in breaking it that fast. So there's a lot of other fine costs that can, that need to be considered when you're evaluating these numbers. Not to mention you're going on the market, so you do need to apply that 4 to 5% real estate agent.
Right. So if a dollar amount, what would you say? If we I'm just writing this down. So we have to look at insurance. We got to look at legal fees.
The land transfer is your biggest one at $35K. Insurance, lenders pay out whatever that penalty is. If you've done this with hard money because you're doing a quick flip, you're in it for the 6 month term as a minimum. Chances are, right? I think most private lenders will not agree to anything less than 6 months. So that whatever that interest is needs to be paid, even if you got in and out of it within a week.
And that's probably because it's probably 70% loan to value, 75% loan to value. Or are you thinking that realistically, would it be 80% loan to value that you'd be getting privately for this type of?
If you're doing privately, I mean, I cannot imagine a lot of these deals, because I've been able to still do a conventional type A lender like mortgage. the rates are low. But if you're doing privately, you probably want to minimize that as much as possible. It all depends on how much capital you have available. So if you can go private funds. If you find somebody to fund you 100% loan to value, obviously that cost ends up being that much higher. But yeah, I can be all over the place.
So what do you figure you stand to make if you wholesale this property?
Depends, but right now I would say that it's in the neighborhood of 1.2, 1.25. So it could be by the end of it, it'd be $40,000 to $50,000.
Oh wow! Well, I mean that's a small percentage on the amount of the actual purchase of the property, right? But I mean, when you're dealing with those numbers, that's a healthy chunk of change, right? So
yeah.
And really, all you're doing is making a few phone calls, signing a few contracts, and getting paid, right? You're connecting the dots. You're prepared to flip this thing anyway, right? So you're really not exposing yourself to any more risk. You're just taking advantage of the market timing, right?
I'm trying it. It might not go anywhere, but all it's costing me is a week or two on the market, time in which I would need that time anyway to like get things in order. So it's not time that it's not really delaying me a whole lot. If it doesn't go at a minimum of whatever it is that we would project, then we go ahead and take it down and act on it as we initially put it.
100%. And I mean, really, like at that point too, if that's, I definitely agree with you that I wouldn't go into this making it a, your only strategy unless you knew you were getting it at, 80 or less % loan to value, value when you close on your contract, right? But you also have the opportunity that you can flip it after, right?
And on that, very conservatively, I would say the return on that would be to the tune of 70 to 80, maybe. That's kind of how I see it. That I'd rather do 40 with no effort than 80 with months worth of effort.
Yeah. Well, you're mitigating your risk at that point too, right?
Brad, for you have, like you were saying with your deal, it's similar, but you're thinking of maybe a rent to own or lease to own option with your buyer.
Yeah. So the guy that I have coming in, he's just not, he's not in a position to take on a mortgage at this point in time. But he has capital set aside to basically do the what it would cost to do the renovation. So we're just kind of working through the details of whether or not it works for, some sort of situation where either I hold the mortgage or we find somebody else to hold the mortgage, or we do something a little different and move forward in that sense. But basically the price in which we discussed, that would be basically the purchase price. It just doesn't make sense for me to go any further with the project myself, just because the guy who's wanting to purchase it, he's just a retail buyer. He's wanting it for himself and his family, right? So he's already ready to take advantage of the situation where he's going to capitalize on the fact that he's going to get a certain amount of money invested into this property and have it be worth that much more when he goes to basically, pull a mortgage on it or something along those lines, right? So, yeah.
What do you look for? What do you look for when you're qualifying somebody who, like, have you done? I've never done one of these.
That's the thing is I never have either. So this was all of a sudden just this last couple of days. This was just kind of came up. So now it's a matter of actually figuring it out and finding out, okay, what are the processes and who needs to be involved and what do we do, and whether we do what's that called where you do like
a future purchase and sale.
Yeah, I know they do it out west a lot.
Option.
They do it out east.
Rent to own?
Yeah, option to purchase or something like that.
Option to purchase, yeah. So I'm just not 100% sure how those normally go, whether because he wants to come in and do all these renos and do all the fixing and stuff like that, right? So I don't know, Shawn, do you see them? Is it a common thing out east?
Well, my question is, like, you own the property now. What kind of financing do you have on it? Like as is, like right now, do you own it outright or?
Yeah. So this property we own, like we have a small amount of a loan on it. That's just a private loan on it.
Okay. Are you able to get the potential buyer to put up the difference of what your loan is? And is it through a bank or is it private?
It's just private. It's just a private loan
Okay.
on that one. So yeah, like, you know, the option is to like basically shift the mortgage over to that, like for them to get a more like for me to lend them a mortgage, basically.
Yeah.
Is the other option, and then that way it's just done and clean, and they can do whatever they want with the property.
Well, and that's the thing. You could almost become the lender on it at that point and just lend them the mortgage instead of doing a rent-to-own scenario. You just give them a mortgage at a short-term rate for like 6 months or so, you know, at a higher interest. If they're confident and you're confident in their skills, say give them a 15%, interest mortgage, or 12% or 10%, whatever you figure that you'd like to do. Yeah, it's a VTB, right? So you're basically selling it to them, so you kind of absolve your situation with it, and they're also legally registered to it, so you are backed up by the actual asset, right? As opposed to just letting them in there doing whatever work, and then, you know, if they screw it up, you're kind of on the hook anyway. At least this way you get some kind of legal representation and stuff like that you can deal with.
Yeah, exactly. And that was where all this stuff came in, of like, you know, figuring these things out at this point in time, right? So, you know, this is just a new situation.
Yeah. Or you could even do a JV, right? You could be the money partner on it too, if that's what this interest is in. There's lots of exit strategies there, but I mean, if rent to own is the way that you want to go, or, you know, VTB, if you want to kind of just wash your hands of it, I would be, you know, personally, I'd want to go more towards the VTB route, because then it's really, you know, it's not really a headache for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, yeah, because that's the whole thing is for me right now to continue to hold it while they come in and do all their stuff. Then, you know, then I still have the hassles of dealing with all of the financials associated with owning a property, versus if the title's transferred, then they deal with all the hassles of dealing with the financials of owning the property, right? So.
Exactly. And
you're not the landlord. You won't be the landlord if you do the VTB option.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we got a couple of people watching there. Some same guys that were watching last week too. We got Juan on the line and Daniel LeBlanc. So I just kind of.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, brother. But yeah. So what are your thoughts there, Brad? Like, what interests you more about a deal like that? Like, did you want to be a landlord? Like, are you trying to do?
No.
It boils down to
ideally, I'm looking at the aspect of doing a VTB on the property. I just need to make sure that that makes sense that the private money that I have, that I can continue borrowing that, and I don't need to go elsewhere for that at this point in time, right? So
yeah. Well, if the money that you have borrowed is registered against the property already, then I mean, you'll have to deal with that prior.
It's just unsecured loan. So
well, if it's unsecured, then I mean, you can pretty much do whatever you want. I would just make sure that you have enough points on your interest rate that you're covering that and then some, right?
Yeah.
So you're making some money.
Yeah, I got a question. Go ahead, Brad. Sorry.
It's just a matter of confirming with that lender that they're good for the term that I would need for that, because the initial term was less. So
yeah,
like the term that they're looking for is more than the initial term with the other lender. So
well, that, or you just make sure that you raise that amount of money beforehand so you can replace it.
Yeah.
Brad, sure. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Alex.
Oh, you go ahead, Kelly.
I was just going to ask, what are the numbers, the exciting stuff? Like, what did you buy it for? What are you looking to sell it for?
The exciting stuff. I like
that. Yeah. So we got it for $129, and then now that we're looking at in around the $205 mark.
After how long?
About 3.5 weeks.
Woo! bro. No, this is now it's exciting, man. This is awesome. Yeah.
You guys got me so jealous over there. Like, geez, these $100,000 spreads on all this stuff. Like, the amount of money that you guys have on spreads just boggles my mind.
Oh yeah, Shawn, in Ontario, like it's all sunny and there's money growing in trees, brother.
Yeah. So the crazy part about this deal was it was like literally some guy threw an ad up on, because I actually bought this off another wholesaler. This guy who he's not from the area whatsoever. He's from like the GTA, had zero interest in coming up and dealing with this property whatsoever. So he was just looking at getting rid of it as well. At the end of it all, I never even found out until actually all the paperwork was signed what he made on a wholesale fee. And he made $54K on a wholesale fee off the deal as well.
Wow.
So,
wow. So he got it at like 45 grand or like 50,000 or something like that.
75.
Imagine if he wholetailed it.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
How do you not close on that? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, when the numbers are that low, I guess it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, it's good, but that was one of those ones where basically it got listed and like sight unseen. I have no idea who this guy was or whatever. It was just like a Kijiji ad that got posted up. It wasn't on any of the groups or anything, and it was just this guy saying, "Hey, I got this property that I can assign." And the guy's like, "Send me 10K today, and it's yours, and I'll send you the paperwork." I was like, a little bit hesitant, but I just thought to myself, I'm like, okay, absolute worst case scenario. At the end of the day, I send 10K, I lose 10K, or I get an amazing deal, and it turned out it was legit, and we move forward. So,
and where were you when you made that deal?
You broke up there, Cali.
Where were you when you made that deal? Were we in Cancun?
No. We were back at that point in time, but it was.
Okay. I thought that was all right.
But it was kind of during that time. It was when we got back and we were on the home isolation there. And I'm like, I can't go anywhere. I can't go look at the place. So I literally have zero pictures and just a guy telling me an address that I can look up on Street View. And I went, all right, sounds good. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Awesome. No, that's great. Like, I mean, and so I love hearing those kind of stories too. And I mean, really, the other guy made money too. He was happy, I'm sure. Like, he didn't have to, no headache for him. He got a property under contract. You were able to see the opportunity because it's your local market. And, you know, he made money and you made a whole bunch more for closing on it, right? Like, that's amazing. Hector's just made a comment that you just 10x'd. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, the reality of it is like this guy who's come to me privately, like, you know, he's going to make money on the deal as well. Because, like, basically at the end of the day, if I was to throw it on the market, I've already had a couple of realtors through that are just like, oh yeah, this is an easy $220,000 to $230,000 house right now.
Wow.
Right.
Awesome buy, man. Awesome buy.
So
what city were you in there, Brad?
It's up close to Hanover.
Hanover. Okay, so you're kind of up north.
Yeah.
A little bit further away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vinod was asking where it is you were. I think he's now he's going to be sniffing around your backyard.
Shawn's really starting to know Ontario now and the geography.
Well, it's like all I do is talk to you guys all day. I meet up with guys here, and nobody really knows anything about Ontario. So it's like, oh yeah, I start talking to them about. Everybody's complaining about how hard it is to get rid of people here, like for renters and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, well, you moved to Ontario. Oh, you're from there? No, not at all.
Man, that's a great topic for next week, man. The whole landlord tenancy, some of the differences between like Ontario and New Brunswick, because that's just another huge attraction for investors to go to, like, outside of Ontario, right?
Let me, I've actually held out on saying this, but let me take the opportunity now that you mentioned it to drop just a little bit of info here that I discovered yesterday, more applicable to the three of us in Ontario, but I mean, Shawn, you might be able to relate to this. If you have the opportunity to negotiate, especially with the seller, on a deal with a homeowner, let's say that somebody that lives in the property, and their expectations are to stay in the property after closing, there is an alternative to Cali, Brad, and what we did on our deal. There is an alternative that the lawyers can implement an amendment for an occupancy license. And basically, it's a fairly in-depth written license between an agreement, an amendment to the APS, allowing them to stay in the property for a set period of time, 3 to 6 months, something short. And basically, let's say that they're even going to pay a license fee of $1 a month, but it allows them to stay out of the Landlord and Tenant Board Act. So
Nice.
it's an agreement built into the purchase price that you let them stay there, and after which, when possession, after the possession is changed, after that timeline, it's basically, it comes down. It's not even an eviction; it's you're trespassing. Call the police. You're out.
Okay, so you've actually figured this out? Like you have a clause for this?
I have a clause that's been written by my lawyer for this.
Jeez, can you send that over to me? I actually was working on a couple deals that I think that would be super helpful at.
I can definitely
That's
share it.
amazing. Yeah. That's a great one.
But why do you need this? You're not in Ontario. You're not dealing with the same problems.
What do you mean? But if it's a completely different
They
story,
still has to
right?
go through an eviction
Well,
process. So.
It's still, you know what I mean, a process, right? Like, I mean, if somebody's there, you still have to go through a process to do whatever. But if you have it in writing, it just makes it that much easier.
So yeah, you would have that in addition to the APS. You'd have that kind of clause, and it would be like there would be no room for interpretation that this was a monthly term with a rent, blah blah blah. This was built into the price. All we're doing is allowing you, because if they're in a position where they need. They need the money, they need to close now, but they got nowhere to go. Let's say you're giving them 3 months to find somewhere to go. But when that time is up, they're not your tenant. You're not their landlord. You're the owner moving into or whatever, doing whatever you got to do to the house. They're moving out, and basically you're calling the police for trespassing if that doesn't happen. I'm not to get to that, but
I think that's a great idea, and I think that's super helpful. Would be super helpful for a lot of people, right? So. And really, even though it's not as difficult to get rid of tenants here, I think that would be something just to protect myself and another tool in my tool belt when I'm offering on properties, because I have looked at a few of them where a lot of them were, me getting another place is dependent on me selling this one. Is there any way that I could stay for a little while into this if I don't have somewhere to go? And just certain little things like that. And I mean, it's just another clause that you could throw in as a service, even like that's almost USP in itself.
And as a wholesaler in your position, how valuable is that to your potential buyer when they are required to take possession but not vacant possession?
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing you could set out too, is like not necessarily a lease situation, or it's something you can negotiate into the purchase price. There's so many different little caveats that you could use that clause for. And if you've already kind of had it done and did the little bit of legwork to ensure, I'd love to hear how that works out for you if you do a deal too.
I can talk more on that when it comes through, but in the meantime, I can share it with you for a 10% profit of your whole time.
We need to get your lawyer on here for 10 minutes next week, man. 10 minutes. Give him some publicity,
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've already kind of blew past our half an hour here. I don't know, I think that's a topic right there. Let's see if we can get your lawyer on there next week.
Hey, that's actually a topic that I thought about is really I'm all for promoting the My Power team and anyone that's involved in my success. So
yeah,
I cannot commit to my lawyer jumping on here.
No. Obviously that was a joke, but I mean, I think that we could all go, another half an hour easily just on that topic alone. That's exciting to me. Like, you found a loophole, a way that we can make life easier for all of us. Wow, let's talk about that. But so like I said, we have been over our half an hour already. Did everybody want to kind of do a little, sign off and let people know what you're looking for and how to get in touch with you?
100%.
Why don't you start, Brad? Just I didn't get your information before the call, and you were a little late, so
No worries.
people how they get in touch. Yeah.
Yeah. So ultimately, Instagram brad.plume or 519-379-7911 is my cell. And basically, currently right now we're looking for properties that we can do flips on, but also still looking for some good solid properties that are the buy and holds as well. We want to build up that portfolio too. So as basically, I don't know, at the end of the day, you're basically looking for stuff, anything that makes you money, right?
Yeah. Awesome.
Anything that makes you money and then potentially can make somebody else money. Because I'm not in the business to just make all the money myself, because you don't end up building good relationships that way. If somebody else after you is also making money, then everybody's winning, and that's where you're going to create good networks, and people are going to continue to want to do business with you.
That's right. It's a team sport.
Yeah, 100%. Shawn, how about yourself?
So anyways, in case you haven't noticed already, my name's Shawn Gunther, and I'm in Moncton, New Brunswick right now. And like I said, we're always looking for properties too for different strategies. So anywhere, and I'm opening up my bubble to anywhere in Atlantic Canada. So if you're here in Atlantic Canada and you are looking to sell a house or buy a house or looking to lend on real estate here, definitely get in touch with me, and I'll just throw my information up here. It's Shawn Gunther, and you can reach me at 506-800-4289 or on Instagram at ShawnTG123. So any one of those places, or on Facebook, just my name, Shawn Gunther. So I'd love to hear from you and see what we can do and make some money together.
Shawn, can I suggest that you flyer blast the cabin trail?
Yeah, I just walked down the trail.
I'd be interested on a property on the trail.
Oh, really? It's like right up the street from my house. You want to buy my place?
That's what I expected.
Is it at least 80 cents on the dollar?
No, like 110. Come on, I just heard you guys talk about $100,000 deals. No.
Alex, what's your call to action? How you want to end this off here?
Yeah, so I guess my contact details, Shawn, if you want to populate that, alexander.meg. Alexander.meg, that's my Gmail. Alexander Mustatea, and my phone number's in there as well. Yeah, I'm all for connecting with anyone active in the Hamilton GTA region. It's interesting, like just the relatively small circle of investors and just people that I've not ever reached out to, and all of a sudden I spark up a conversation just a couple of weeks ago, and then this morning I end up walking through this guy's duplex, and we have so many things in common. He knows Matt McKeever. He's been invited to talk at some masterminds, so it's just a small world. So yeah, I want to keep connecting with people, and if I can, bring value. That's all I got.
Awesome, man. So I guess that leaves me last. Yeah, just signing off. I just want to say, so obviously it's Cali Braithwaite. If you want to reach out, you can connect with me on Instagram at Grow with Cali, and the phone number's there. So the whole premise behind the Grow with Cali is that I am on a journey, and I'm going from A to Z, or just infinite. And I feel like if I can bring people along the way and help them accomplish their goals, whether it be, creating wealth, getting involved in real estate, investing, then naturally it pushes me to move forward as well. So what I want to do is I want to make myself available for people to contact me. I'm aggressively looking this year to do 12 flips. So I'm going to be seeking some capital to help invest in those properties with very healthy returns. So again, if you do want to, talk about the deals that I'm working on or listen to the deals that I'm working on, then please reach out to me. And thanks for tuning in. Another great episode.
Yeah.
We're going live.
We're going live. And anybody who's watching this right now, if you're not watching this like from our page or anything like that, definitely go onto our page and like it, and follow us as well, so you can get any updates that we have going on here in the future. And also, we'd love to hear from you. Put comments on the page as well, and let us know topics that you guys want to talk about or you want to hear us talk about. We're always looking for engagement from people watching. We want to provide value to you as well, and see what we can how we can help each other. We love to hear from everybody, and let's keep going and keep growing.
Well said, man. Well said.
All right. See you guys later.
Take care, guys.
See you guys.
Peace.